So I would like to introduce an amazing research and work of Dr. David Hawkins and his book called The Map of Consciousness. This is a gentleman who is no longer with us, but he dedicated decades of his life to studying human consciousness. And he developed this amazing concept of map of consciousness. And I'm going to show you another chart that I would also like to give the audience. And this is a chart that I would invite anyone to work with first before you start dowsing, and find out what is the frequency of your consciousness at the time of dowsing.
Wow, that is amazing.
What Dr. Hawkins discovered is that, yes, our bodies are wired to recognize frequency of truth. When something is false, the gut feeling will inform you, the body will tell you, it'll literally feel like you're repelling the information that is coming through as deception. And when there is a frequency of truth present, when you make a true statement about something, your body relaxes, it goes into greater peace, it expands energetically. So you need to start paying attention to these nuances of your physical reactions to certain statements, and not just to what you are saying, but also to any information you read or receive through YouTube, like this one, and just start paying attention to what your body is giving you as clues to let you know, to help you discern. So Dr. Hawkins discovered that people who calibrate at 200 and above, they are much more likely to receive very accurate answers through dowsing with pendulum or through muscle testing. And people who are below 200, they often were getting inaccurate answers because there was, all kinds of lower frequency energies in play, and also their consciousness. There is usually filter of deception through either, envy or fear. The limit, you literally create like a filter and you cannot bring through the truth. So when you start dowsing or muscle testing or using any divination tool, I would invite you to start using this chart and just ask your higher self, after you take a few deep, long breaths, ground yourself, make sure that you're kind of in a peaceful, safe place, and then ask, please show me, what frequency am I calibrating at now? What is the frequency of my being, of my consciousness right now? And then put the pendulum at the middle. You can spin it a little bit to give it some, energy, and then it will start showing you one or the other. Because this is a 360-degree chart, sometimes people ask, how do I know if it's say peace or anger? They're kind of opposing each other. When you pay really close attention to the movement of pendulum, you will notice that it spins towards one or the other. It's never like super in the middle. It's always slightly towards the other. You just need to pay more attention to see it and to notice it, and you'll clearly see which one it is. And let's say you start dowsing and the answer will be, you are at around 300. Me, for example, whenever I'm in a working mode, when I'm in kind of analytical and I'm doing lots of reports and charts, when I ask about at that time what I'm calibrating at, I would usually be around 400. The reason, understanding, that would be my kind of standard. But when I did readings for clients, when I was tuning into their soul records, usually for me, it's not good enough. I like to be in peace when I douse for someone or when I look at soul records for myself or others. And what I learned is it takes just a few seconds when you train yourself, or minutes, to shift from lower frequency to higher frequency, simply by thinking about something that invokes feeling of love, joy, peace, or you look at the picture of people that you love, or baby animals, or whatever it is that brings you to higher frequency. And you will notice how the pendulum will actually start spinning and showing you higher frequency as a result of your recalibration. So have fun with this, be playful, explore it, and you'll be quite amazed.
I have a question, Julia, please. The scale of frequencies in hertz?
No, this is not hertz. This is a measurement that Dr. Hawkins determined, that he decided on numerically. It's not hertz. It's not frequency. It's simply a scale that differentiates between these different. And he was dowsing on this, and not just himself. He tested this with hundreds upon hundreds of people, and they went with the majority of people that got same results. So as I said, he spent decades doing this. And then there are higher numbers if you go to higher densities and higher dimensions of being. It can go into several thousands the further higher you go. So
I'm sure Anax would blow the scale.
yes, totally. So it's
Thank
absolutely fascinating. And then you can, when you are good, some people are really naturally wired to tune into cosmic energies or collective energies or earth grid. Then you can play with this and ask, okay, today, please show me what is the collective human consciousness frequency? How are we calibrating today as a collective? And you can see, different results based on what's going on at different time. And over time, you will see how things are progressing. So it's quite amazing and it's spot on. This can also be used for dowsing on a book. If you read a book, you can ask the higher intelligence that we are all tapped to, connected to, can you show me what does this book calibrate at? And then you can see what is the frequency of the text that's in the book. Or, the food, you can calibrate the food and all kinds of things. So
precious.
I invite people to start with this and then look at your connection to stars,